What's going on, YouTube? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on which time zone you're currently watching me in right now. If you don't know me, my name is Ryan. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Now, today's topic of discussion is in relation to relationships. Today's topic is it possible to be tempted while being in a relationship? Now, keep in mind that this is just my personal opinion. This is just how I feel. Now, if you're asking me, I feel like it is not possible to be tempted in a relationship. The reason being is because I personally feel like if you have everything that you are looking for within a person and everything that you need, then what would be the temptation to go look for more? And I feel like that a lot of individuals have FOMO, like the fear of missing out, and they feel like they're missing out on something better, or they're missing out on something different, or they haven't had certain experiences, and they're in a situation where they might not be able to partake of some of those experiences. So their temptation is causing them to be conflicted in a relationship that they're in. Like, they know they have a good relationship, they know they have a good person at home, they know they have a loving and caring person that they decide to be in a relationship with. But in the same breath, are they missing out on partying? Are they missing out on other people? Are they missing out on sexual experiences they might not be able to partake in because they are currently still in a relationship where they're committed to just one person? I feel like people will always say temptation is there because temptation does exist if you are a tempted person. So there are going to be other women out there. There are going to be other men out there. There are going to be other experiences out there that are going to cause you to be in a spot where you're like, should I leave what I have to go experience it, or should I just be okay with what I got, but are really not fully content and happy with it? And I feel like it's 100% okay and it's 100% understandable if you are tempted. But to know you feel that way and to still pursue a relationship that you have to be committed to, that you have to put your all into, that you have to constantly choose that other person on a daily basis, and you're still feeling that way, I feel like that's a very selfish thing to do. I feel like it's unfortunate. And I feel like that's why a lot of people tend to put themselves in a position to cheat, or to make the relationship so shitty that the other person doesn't want to be involved in it any longer. Um, and I feel like, like I said before, temptation is always going to be there. There's always going to be people around. There's always going to be people who you might feel like are attractive, but you don't have to give that attractiveness attention. You don't have to pursue it. You don't have to indulge yourself in it. You can acknowledge somebody else is attractive, say, oh, okay, they're a good looking person, and then move on with your life. But if you're not at that point, I feel like you shouldn't pursue a relationship. And if you do pursue a relationship knowing you're not at that point, I feel like you are a very selfish individual who's causing harm to somebody who is ready to love and to settle down and who is not tempted by temptation. And now you've hurt them because you are undecided about what you want to do in your own personal life. I feel like that's a very selfish act, and you shouldn't. I feel like you as an individual, if you're that person, shouldn't indulge in it. But I'm only a random person on the internet, and I can't tell you what to do and how to do it. It's okay to not be ready for a relationship. It's okay to not want to settle down with one person. It's okay to go on dates. It's okay to pursue multiple people. It's okay to do all these things. You have free will, you have free power. But in the midst of doing that, I also feel like you should be considerate of the people that you influence around you and how you influence them. You should be considerate on who you influence and how you influence them. Because that's going to be the determination factor on if you're able to build bridges or burn bridges. You're either going to build bridges by building connections that you genuinely want, or you're going to burn bridges because you're too indecisive or you're too afraid to genuinely speak your mind, and you're not going to fully commit to the structural decisions that it takes to build a healthy bridge, which inevitably is going to crumble or burn. So if you're one of those individuals who are ready for a relationship and are fully ready to be committed to one person, by all means, stay committed to that one person. Go out there and find your person. Go out there and work hard at it. Go out there and put your all into it, and understand that there's no such thing as temptation when you know you have everything that you want, that you need, because you won't be looking for anything to tempt you because you have nothing to look for, because everything that you need, once again, is right in front of you. But if you're not at that point, then there's a good chance that you are very tempted and you are constantly looking outside of your relationship for the things that you feel like you don't have in your relationship. And if you feel like you can't ask the person that you're with or talk to the person that you're with about the things that you feel like you're missing from the relationship, you might not be with the person who's healthy for you, or you might not be with the person who's compatible with you. And it's okay. Find somebody who is, or don't find nobody at all, in the sense of having an obligation to a relationship. Just have experiences with different people and figure out what you want and what you need when it comes to a connection, when it comes to a relationship. But other than that, those are my thoughts. Those are my feelings. I want to know how you all feel about it. Tell me in the comments. Give me your thoughts and ideas on it. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. It does help, and I do appreciate it. Also, follow us on TikTok. My TikTok is Ryans, RYANS _truth _. I'm on TikTok. My wife and I are on Instagram. If there's any topics or conversations that you all want us to have, feel free to leave that in the comments as well, or you can DM me on Instagram and or TikTok. If you all have any relationship related questions, message me on TikTok and or Instagram, or leave it in the comments on YouTube if you decide to. But either way, I hope you all have a good day. Please be so safe. I appreciate you all stopping by, and see ya.